Hey everybody, so I just wanted to kind of share my story about how I finally gave my life to Christ this past weekend. And so growing up, I grew up in churches everywhere. My dad, he's an ordained minister. Him and my mom have really strong faith. Ever since I was a baby, I knew God. And I saw him wherever I went. Well, living my life, I always kept God just kind of off to the side. It was one of those things where I would pray for dinner and say my prayers before I go to sleep, but I was still consciously sinning. We're all going to sin. No one is perfect. You're always going to sin, but I was doing it consciously. Drinking too much, partying, cussing. If you saw me or knew me, I definitely did not carry myself as a man of God if I wasn't in front of my parents. So I was living this double life. I knew a little bit of the Bible, and I thought I knew God, and so around my parents I carried myself as a Christian, but when I go home, I didn't really live like it. So the past 3 years, I've been struggling with a lot of mental issues as far as like depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, and all that guilt from my sins, all that guilt of everything I'd never really told the truth about or ever confessed to anybody it was rotting me from the inside. I'd have days where I'd sit there and think that I was okay, that, it's okay, everybody does this. Everybody drinks too much. Everybody watches pornography. Everybody cusses around the boys. Everybody, talks crap about other people. I just thought it was normal, because that was what I was surrounded by. And so it was eating me up inside to the point where I was having literal panic attacks. I was going to the doctor almost every week because I thought I had, heart problems. And the doctor would tell me, your heart is strong, you're fine. You just have anxiety, or you just have depression. So I was prescribed all these pills, every pill there was. And it was affecting my marriage. It was affecting me. It was making me a zombie. And then on top of that, I'd have this internal battle because I've been healthy my whole life. And then all of a sudden at age 27, I need all these pills to be normal because there's something mentally wrong with me. I don't think so. And I would have these battles of every time I'd have to take it because I didn't want to take it. I knew I didn't need it, but here I am not being able to breathe, and I'm just sitting there watching TV, and I feel like there's 100 pounds on my chest that's just constricting my lungs. I can't breathe. So, long story short, my dad takes me to this men's retreat, and God just starts moving in my life big time. He's telling me to just open up to these guys, and I'm just pouring out my whole life to them. Every sin I've ever done, every mistake, I'm literally can feel all the guilt and shame coming off of me. And it was so freeing. And for the first time in my life, I was able to breathe and actually feel like myself. I felt like I literally took the mask off, the mask of the good guy, and I got to show my ugly side. And on top of that, we're sitting there, and they put up this cross at the retreat, and they had everybody write down on a paper card, what is keeping you from a relationship with God? And I didn't fill it out because I knew I was the reason why I didn't have a relationship with God. So how do you write yourself down on a card? You know, like how do you do that? So I didn't fill it out. And well, later in that day, they gave us nails, and they're saying, they told us, you know, whenever you're ready, go ahead and crucify the reason why you don't have a relationship with God. You know, nail it on the cross and be done with it. It was to symbolize, you know, they were getting at symbolizing letting go of whatever it was that was keeping you from God. And I wasn't going to go up there because I didn't have a card. I didn't have that card they wanted us to write it on. And but something just kept telling me, you know, just go up there. And I'm sitting there like, nah, man, it's going to be awkward. Everybody else has a card. I don't have a card. You know, what am I going to do? I'm really just going to put a nail in the cross, and, you know, everybody's going to look at me. And anyways, so I finally just give up. I'm like, you know, I'm just going to do it. If I'm really going to give this a try, if I'm really going to, you know, really give this 100%, I'm going to do it. So I get up. And when I get up there to get my nail to put in the cross, God told me, you know, say a prayer and put your old self on that nail. Because we're going to crucify your old self. Because you're not that man anymore. You're a different man from this day. And so I did it. I took that nail and I nailed it on the cross. And I went and told my dad everything that happened. And I told him, I think I need to be baptized because I'm not the same man anymore. This is the first time in my life that I'm fully committing to being a Christian and not just saying I'm a Christian. And so he baptized me the next morning, and it was the best decision I ever made. You know, God is so faithful. You know, because I could always feel him knocking in the background of my life. You know, I would be at a party or, you know, doing something I shouldn't be doing, and I could still hear his voice, you know, like just a reminder, like I knew what I was doing was wrong. And I knew that I wouldn't make God happy. But he just kept knocking on that door. He never left me. He just kept knocking, reminding me, you know, I'm right here. You know, just turn and face me, and I can remove all that is weighing on you. I can take that from you. And yeah, so I finally just took the leap. And there's a little more of the story, but I just wanted to share that with you guys because I just want to reach out to the people that are kind of where I was, where you know God and, you know, you've been to church or you grew up in church or whatever, but you're still living that life because you think that, you know, he'll always be there. You know, I'll do that later in life when I'm older, when I want to get serious about it. And I'm just telling you guys that, you know, if you're suffering from anxiety and depression, all that stuff, confessing with your mouth and confessing to him and to other believers of the troubles you've had, it's the most freeing thing I've ever done in my life. So anyways, as you can see, I'm going to be posting little things, try to post little things every day, you know, what scripture I'm reading, how it affects me or how it pertains to my life in the current moment. And so, you know, guys, just follow me and share if you like what I'm posting. And, you know, chime in. I want to hear your guys' thoughts because that helps me. I'm still learning how to do this. And so chime in, you know, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, and let's talk about what's going on with God in our lives today. So anyways, God bless you guys. I hope you have an awesome week, and I hope I can help anyone in any way. And if there's anything I could ever do for anybody, any of my friends, or even if we're strangers, but you just happen to have me on social media, and just hit me up, let me know. So love all you guys, and God bless.